All right, here we go. Welcome back. This is Cincy Local&live. It's your boy Randall Pink.
Cincinnati Ty.
Live-Vipeach.
And we are Cincy Local and Live.
Yes, sir. And we're with Live-Vipeach. And, well, what brings you into the studio today? What's going on? What have you been up to?
I've been trying to get here for a little bit. I'm just in town for the week for the Buckeye Awards on Sunday. Came to close on my house. I sold my house this month. So it's just come here to tie up some loose ends and head back to Nashville.
Right on. Well, I guess let's tell the audience a little bit about yourself and then we'll circle back around to what's going on now.
Okay. So I do a little bit of everything. Been building my Live-Vipeach brand for 12 years now. Been modeling for 5, do a little bit of reality TV, and started doing music about 2 years ago. And also just this last year was doing event producing. So I was producing events at the Mockbee for the last 10 months.
Shout out to Mockbee.
Yeah, shout out Mockbee.
Yeah,
sure.
shout out to Mockbee. They definitely give a great platform for independent artists to showcase their talents. I'm a single mom, I'm a veteran, and full-time I do dog grooming and working on starting my own grooming business as well.
Well, right on. Shout out to those single moms out there for sure, doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been grinding. I've been looking at your stuff, and you've been at this for quite a while, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It's just been trying to stay consistent as possible.
That's what it takes. I mean, consistency's key.
Mm-hmm.
So what got you started with the whole music side of things?
Looking back on it, really everything that I've done in life has really led up to this. I never thought I'd be doing music, but my sister has done music my entire life. So it was all just a little bit of steps. And, modeling and music go really hand in hand. So I was networking and building, my presence in visual art with my modeling for a while. And then my daughter started singing my sister's songs at open mics. And she really inspired me to get up there and be brave. And I started doing karaoke by myself at just random karaoke bars and just seeing if I sucked or not and what the response would be. And no doubt the first time I ever did karaoke, somebody came up to me and was like, "You're a superstar." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they just see it sometimes. And and it's really about believing in yourself. So, I had an ex-boyfriend who wanted to be a rapper, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was all for it. I was like, "Cool, we'll make your rap name." And he was writing this song, and then he just decided he didn't want to do it anymore. And I was like all disappointed, and I was like, "Well, I wonder what it takes to write a song." So I reached out to Jessica Lamb, who teaches writing at Xavier, and it was actually during COVID. So we took Zoom classes back and forth. I paid her $50 an hour to teach me how to write a song.
Nice.
I wrote my first song during COVID in my bedroom, and then reached out to somebody and recorded it and played it for my friends. It's like, "All right, y'all gotta tell me if this sucks or not. Like, be real with me." And they're like, "No, it's good. Like, you should keep going." So I kept going.
Nice. I mean, I think that's what it takes too, is that just boost of confidence to either get on the stage or to put that motivation behind you to get where you need to get to. You know?
Definitely.
So people should know anybody cannot just do this.
Right. Definitely. Absolutely.
It's going to take that consistency that we were talking about for sure. So you would think, what's your biggest motivation that you would say?
My daughter, and just my people, like inspiring other people, like that's, getting on Survivor has been kind of like my biggest goal, and is what's really kind of started all of this, was just like I wanted to get on Survivor, and I did my research of like, all right, well, what does people on Survivor look like, and I was like, well, they have really great pictures. Let me figure out how to get some good pictures. So I paid for modeling classes and figure out how to model. And that morphed into teaching modeling classes. And, I started mentoring other girls who were reaching out to me on how to model. And then that morphed into music. So still overall, my goal is to get on Survivor, and I'll be reapplying this year. I've been applying 4 years in a row. And for those who don't know, it's on CBS. It's a reality show in Fiji.
Yeah.
But my daughter really, I was in a domestic violence relationship for 10 years, and she was my biggest motivator to get out of that. I just wanted to show her what she deserved and that she can chase her dreams and do whatever she wants to do. And she's definitely learned from me. So, um, everything that I do, I hope I pour into her, and I just want to show her she can do whatever she want to do.
Nice. I mean, I think those ideas that you take, it's all about the manifestation and manifest it. And it's funny how those avenues just kind of open up and you go
Yeah,
down these like rabbit holes, like, oh, should I do research down this way? Okay. And then all of a sudden it opens up more doors, like you were
definitely.
teaching and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's crazy how
Absolutely.
that stuff works.
So speaking about modeling, what inspires the style that you have?
Um, Really, it's a lot of different things. Like my brand, right? Is I It's a lot of different things. I try to express through my modeling, women empowerment, Phoenix, like strong warrior vibes, goddess vibes, like anything that really, a lot of people, I do a lot of new modeling, but again, it's very strategic in a way that I showcase my body and love my body and encourage that for other women. It really helped me build my self-confidence after my divorce. And I wanted that for other women. That's why I started mentoring. I was like, oh man, I was like, this really just helped me uh with my self-confidence. So um I try to bring in a lot of fire vibes and just like real strong, and be very artistic about it.
So did it take you a long time to get to that point? Because now you come off with this like boss bitch attitude. That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, I am more just very confident in who I am, and like I said, this whole journey, I'm very thankful for each part of it. And that's got me to right now because yeah, I'm everyone. I now I introduce myself. Then they're like, "What do you do?" I'm like, da, da, da. I was like, and I just be like, "I'm a boss. This is what it is." Like it's just like
Nice.
just sum it all up,
Yeah.
like, and because definitely in the industry, like motherfuckers play with me as a woman, and like, so I just have to come off rip like that and like don't play with me like I'm a boss, like, so every part of my journey has had helped led me to that.
so being from Cincinnati, what neighborhood were you from?
Clifton, OTR, Mount Auburn, like Coreyville area, kind of bounced around in that area. I was a lifeguard in a couple of different areas of that as well. But it was a lot different back then, like they definitely built it all up through UC and stuff. But
Yeah, nice
back when,
facelift.
like Fantasy Drink
Yeah.
Lounge, like literally like right smack in the middle there. That's where I grew up. And when I was there, it was just, Wendy's, a KFC, and a Taco
Mm-hmm.
Bell. That's about all it was. And my little laundromat in a corner store.
The
That's what.
Arby's.
Yeah, Arby's is
Yeah.
right there. UDF.
Throwback. Stop and go.
Yep, Stop and Go still there, going
Yeah,
strong.
sure.
So with you being Cincinnati and stuff like that, have you been and since you've started your music journey, have you been able to tap in with other local artists in the city?
Definitely, yeah. And that's the thing too. Like again, leading up to me being an artist, before I was an artist, I was a local artist supporter. Again, just with my seeing my sister do music and her grind, and I bought all her shirts, like, and was out her all her shows. Like I really supported her grind. And I always loved like finding other artists, independent artists that were dope, like hadn't really blown up yet. And I would always share their music and was real supportive of other Cincy artists. So I definitely love collabing. I'm having tons of collabs in the Cincinnati area. Um, and hope, I love to bring them down, to Nashville. That was the whole reason of me putting on shows, like I was so sick of the shitty promoters in Cincinnati doing everything wrong and taking advantage of local artists. And I really just wanted there to be a safe space to really showcase them and give them a positive experience. Because of all the bullshit we have to go through as artists.
Real talk, real talk. I mean, that's kind of what we're here to do as far as Cincy Local and Live, and our platform is definitely to be that handshake with local venues and artists and just make everything kosher.
Mm-hmm.
Help you guys book some
Yeah,
gigs.
bring it
Facts.
together. With being from Cincinnati, what was the decision to move to Nashville?
So I had been kind of like, before I was Vipeach, I was 513 Peach.
Hmm.
I've been a Cincinnati mascot since like when I was in the army, like that's all I did. I had 513 all over my car. Like I love Cincinnati, and I want somebody from Cincinnati to win. And I for the longest within the artist journey, you have talked to different mentors and paid to talk to different people and learn how this shit works. And they always were like, well, you gotta move out your city to really make it. Like you gotta like
Mhm.
get out there. And I was like, nah. I was like, my city gonna support me. They gonna push me. Like nah. Like and so I really fought that for a while, but um it's sad, but like people where you come from the same place, like it's hard for them to see you elevate past them. They don't want to support that.
Real talk.
And anytime I go anywhere else, I get none but love. Is crazy. I mean, I've signed autographs in other cities, like they be like, oh my God, I can't believe I met you before you blow up and blah blah blah. Like and it took a lot, but it was just like this. Someone came really was like a lot of negativity. Like I really just needed like a restart and a better energy. Like I just felt like I was defending myself nonstop within Cincinnati of like, nah, I'm here to do some good shit. Like I'm and it just I had a fight at my house and like over some fucking rat beef and it was just like, all right, this is it. Like I need to get out the city, get a different vibe, different energy. And I'm so glad I did.
When being that you did leave the city, when you come back, how was the traction like?
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, like it really showed me who really fuck with me and who don't.
Mm.
Like it would. I really cut my grass real quick. Like and people that I was surrounding myself with really wasn't supporting me for real. Like, and it didn't. I mean, I only been gone a month, if that. Like, and they hell of people fell off, but when I came back, then people still tap in with me, like who really fuck with me. So now I know, who's really with me, who ain't.
It's crazy because I wouldn't say Cincinnati is just the only type like this, but when Cincinnati has a lot of talent, and I feel like everyone wants to say they fuck with each other,
Mm-hmm.
but then they'll turn that shoulder and be like, I ain't liking that. I
Right.
ain't sharing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, so now that you're back in the city, how long are you in town for?
Just here till the 16th.
16th. And
Yeah.
what'd you say you got going on again? Why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, I got the Buckeye Awards on Sunday. It's actually in Columbus. I actually hosted it last year with me and my models, and it's so funny because I actually met the guy who runs the show years ago. Again, I feel like I manifested all this, but I met him. I hired him to do behind the scenes of one of my modeling shoots, and it was just when I was starting to do music, and I was about to start promoting my first song, and I was like, stick with me. Like, I'm about to, like work hella hard and I'm going to use this video and put my beat behind it to promote my new single, so let's work together and stuff. And it just turns out that he had produced this talent show, like a year or so ago before that. And we just stayed in touch and I was able to host it the 1 year, but since I hosted it, I wasn't eligible for any awards, obviously for conflict of interest. And this year I was nominated for 3 awards. So Female Artist of the Year, Female Model of the Year, and Female Music Video of the Year. So I plan on taking home all 3 awards.
Right on. Shout out to you.
Big piece.
For real. Nice. Ah, trifecta right there. So it's crazy because you were saying that you like manifest that, but I that goes back to the consistency and just manifesting anything and keep going at it. And I think it's kind of surreal that you were able to host something and now you're able to get nominated into it, you know?
Facts.
That's some real shit.
Speaking on manifesting, what artists do you see yourself working with in the future?
Like ones like the big ones, like
Yeah.
I really love Cole Ray. Like if I can manifest that, I love her to death just because she goes against all the advice that I get from like A&Rs and people that are like, oh, you gotta look like this and you gotta stay and do this, like although she has like, all the connection stuff to do it, but she's small and she changes her look up all the time. She speaks on whatever. She's just very much herself and authentic and people embrace that. So I love that about her and I love her music.
Shout out Coyle Ray.
Yeah, shout out. Now, did I see that you have a song or you did a performance with Twista?
Yeah, so I don't have a song with him, but I booked him for my birthday in May.
Nice.
Obviously, I would love to manifest a feature with him eventually, and
Oh,
I'm still cultivating that relationship. But that was also a year in the making, and it's all about doing good business and building good relationships.
mm-hmm.
And I it's funny because with that Twista show, I had actually opened up for him a year prior, and someone was one of the shitty promoters was trying to charge me $500 to open up for him. I was like, "Nah, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool." And then someone I did a feature with had asked me to be on his set with them, whatever, to just do that. And so I actually ended up getting performed for free and doing that. And then because I had all my models and stuff with me, I was able to network with him at the show, after the show, and just chop it up with him. And him and his security were just like super cool. And he's a very down to earth person. And I just stayed in touch with them ever since, and was like, and then I started doing my own shows and was like, hey, I've been very successful with this. So, I have safe, successful shows. You just come down for my birthday. And I put all my tax return behind it. And I considered it an investment. I wasn't worried about making money. I just wanted to have a cool birthday and bring all the artists that I have met in every city. I brought people from Chicago, I brought people from Michigan, just all my favorite people that I connected with. I paid for some of them to be there. Not only just Twista, I paid for, Young Simi to be there. I paid for this guy named McNass come down. I paid for their slots because I love them as artists and wanted to, give them a platform to do that. And it was my birthday, and I just wanted it to be the best show possible, and for Twista to walk away with the best experience. And he had a blast, and he showed me more. And even the guy that I worked with, he was like, no, he showed you a lot more love than he normally does and brought me up there with him and stuff. So it was overall a super success. And I stopped doing shows after that. I dropped the mic. I was like, I sold 150 pre-sale tickets. There's never been a fight at one of my shows. And when I come back and throw another show, it's probably going to be at the end of some major tour.
Right on. Nice. Yeah.
Shout out to those who come out to see the show with no BS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shout out.
Exactly.
So you're going to do a performance today for us as well?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right on. And do you want to tell them a little bit about what you're getting ready to do?
Yeah, I guess I haven't decided. I guess I'll probably do Baddest in the City, or I was thinking between do Baddest in the City or one of my newer songs. But I'll probably just stick with Baddest in the City just because that's one's already released and I'm still promoting that. Trying to get better at promoting things longer term and not just like jumping to the next one.
Yeah.
But Baddest in the City I released on my birthday when Sister was here. I have the video out on YouTube for it. And Baddest in the City, again, I was just going through all of that and leading up. It's funny, I manifested it because when I wrote it, I didn't know I was going to be leaving Cincinnati, but it was supposed to be just a fuck you guys, like I'm the baddest in the city, quit playing with me, like like I was like, all right, well now I get to just play it everywhere and make motherfuckers listen to Peaches is Baddest in the City and make them mad. So that's really what it was about. And I was like, 1 year later, Hottest in the 513, like that's really what all the hate was really about, is that I took off really quickly and people couldn't figure out how I was doing it, and I was like, well, work harder than me.
Well said. I mean, I think it shows like you've definitely invested in yourself, telling us a little bit about putting the show together, where you come from. I mean, you're definitely investing in yourself, and that's what it's going to take to get, consistency, manifest, and investing in yourself. A lot of artists won't spend, $5 to promote themselves, $20 to kind of promote themselves or get their music where they need to get to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of platforms nowadays are fairly cheap to be like, hey, get on, we'll help you promote. And that, again, that's kind of like what Local&Live's about. We're getting ready to drop our platform here soon, and it's literally all about just promoting local artists, bigger artists all over the cities.
Facts.
So
definitely, it takes money to make money, man.
We are taking over the world, and we got you with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's get you in the studio. Tap into that live performance.
All right, sounds good.
Tap into Cincy Local&Live.
Yeah, you can find my stuff on Live-Vipeach.net.
Yes. We got to get that.
Yeah.
Tell them about that here.
Yeah. No, I got a website, Live-Vipeach.net. And, I'm on all the things. So, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can, on my Instagram is _VIPEACH_. I definitely try to post and stay consistent on all the things. So go follow me on there.
Right on. All right. Well, tap into Cincy Local&Live. It's your boy Randall Pink.
Cincinnati Ty.
Live-Vipeach.
All right, let's tap in. Tap that button. Not even kidding around. Fucking tap that fucking button.
Subscribe, all that.
Subscribe.
Like, share.
Mhm.
It's
All of the
important.
above.